Here's a little known fact. Well, a little known fact that I think is interesting. El Paso, Texas is closer to my shop right here in Apache Junction, Arizona than Los Angeles is. And I only bring that up because let's go to El Paso. Now, even though I'm over here at the airport that's only about 5 or 10 minutes away from my house and my shop, I'm not gonna take the airplane because El Paso is so close. If I go to the airport in Phoenix, that's at least an hour to get there, get to the airport 2 or 3 hours before just to sit down and wait and then get your flight canceled or delayed. I'm just gonna go ahead and not throw caution to the wind. We'll take this Nissan Altima back to Texas. And the other added benefit is I don't have to worry about the pickup and drop off when I get to Texas. I guess that's just a long way of saying I'd rather not deal with an airport right now. Now, I don't know if you guys remember or not, but last time I went to Texas for Sewell Motor Coach to look at a Tiffin, I flew from Phoenix to Houston and then had to get a flight from Houston to Midland, Texas. And that was a full day of travel. So I'm trying to save myself a full day and save Doug at Sewell Motor Coach a little bit of money. All right, guys, it was a beautiful summer day here in El Paso, Texas. It's a nice brisk 77 degrees. It's a stormy morning, and I'm not even sure what kind of coach Doug found here. So I don't even know to tell you what we're looking at. I'll find out here in a second. All right, well, it looks like Doug found another Phaeton. Now, this is a 24, a CH is what the owner is saying, and it is a really good looking and handsome coach. Talked to him a little bit. He's added a few items that I'll try to point out when I'm there. Even on the dash right here, he's made a lot of really fun upgrades to it. But I don't want to fall in love with this coach yet because I have to make sure that it's safe to drive and Doug's going to be happy with it. So the first thing I'm going to do is come back here. Obviously, I didn't bring a paper towel with me, of all things. Our coolant's just a little bit on the minimum size, and I guess I could almost recommend start thinking about a tank. Oh, look at that. Thank you. Well, looks like we're good. At least we have oil. Next thing we have to do is make sure that we're not leaking oil. Look pretty good underneath right here. Really good underneath here. Okay. And our tires. I don't know why I should check the tire code because it's not they put older tires on. I don't know why they go out of their way to put the date code on the inside.
To make it more difficult for you.
Or why they can't just put it on both sides, you know? Yeah, they look pretty good. Is this the bent jack? So you got a couple bent ones, all right. Looks very handsome. My understanding is that they also have a ceramic coat on this. All right, there we go. 2722. 2722. All right, a couple bent up jacks. But my understanding is that's not that big of a deal because there's extra parts in the basement. Because they were going to go ahead and replace those anyways. I'm going to go ahead and fire it up, move it out, and then I'll climb on the roof real fast just to make sure, because I have a little less than 1,800 miles to go to bring this back to Sewell Motor Coach in Harrodsburg, Kentucky. I did already check and make sure that the wiper blades were good because it looks like we're going to be in store for some rain. All right. 100 hours. That's a 10K. That's nice. I would have expected a 8K.
This was just service too.
Yeah.
We had it
Brand new oil. Now this is a Freightliner chassis, so we can verify the VIN plate right there. And even have the engine information right there. I really like that they're doing that now. We got the generator fired up. I'll go ahead and unplug this so I can pull it out. All right, let's go ahead and see if there's anything on here that I need to worry about. 21,000 miles, huh? No DC, no DTCs, historical, none, and emissions, none. So we're looking really good. Most important thing is right here, but I want to make sure I have cold air. It's the middle of summer driving through Texas. Ice cold dash AC. My nemesis right there, the shifter, drive. All right, we got cameras working, and I got the current owner as my ground guide. Get this pulled out, just so I can look at the roof and put the slides out. All right, this should be a good spot right here. Now, my understanding, this is like for the brake controller on the tow vehicle. It's going with it. And he did upgrade the radio. I like that. It is a nice Kenwood too, a much bigger screen. Got the headlights on. Marker lights are all good. There's something people always forget to look is the back side of the door. A lot of times these are in bad shape. But you don't notice it, especially these. These like to get broken too. So bad that they actually started to make a replacement part. All right, let's put some slide out rooms out. Oh, this is a great big slide out room the entire length. Why am I so surprised by that? I'm sure I've seen this before. This is a not as common of a floor plan. I'm kind of interested to see it all. I like the side looking desks compared to a dinette, but I know nobody asked me. All right, level out. Those are both hydraulic, it looked like. Just leaves a bedroom slide and extend. Hydraulic. So they're all hydraulic. Nice. One thing I did notice on this one is that it doesn't have HWH hydraulics. It has Lippert hydraulics. So all the slide hydraulics are also part of Lippert. Normally it's HWH. So that's really interesting. This is a really nice floor plan. It's very open. All right, I'm going to go ahead and fire up the AC. Front. Cool.
The generator's still running, right?
Yeah.
It's got 3 ACs.
Yeah, that's why you got the 10K. That's nice.
And then it's got floor heaters too.
I saw the floor heat. This one's really decked out for
The floor heat is freaking incredible.
I love it, right?
I don't think we used the aqua hot to heat maybe once.
No, it's great.
It's crazy.
And you can have nice warm feet and turn the AC on too. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do the jacks when I get on the roof. It's always a good idea to take a look at the seals. Tiffin's been having a problem with seals lately on the slide out rooms, but the owner added these strips right there to help move the wiper seals back and forth. Marker lights are all good. Hey, license plate light works. Seals look good. Seals look good. That looks good. So far, the biggest thing I think we're seeing is going to be what we knew about, is that the feet of the jack are bent. Now this, oddly enough, does have snap pads on it. Yeah. Has my favorite feature. No rear ladder and the telescoping ladder. So much easier and better and stronger. All right, we successfully leveled. I can go ahead and turn off the engine. Now, I did take a pretty good look at the floor. I didn't see any broken tiles, I guess. I shouldn't be so trusty all the time, huh? Look good there. You think this toilet's loose? No. Oh, is it? Yeah, toilet's loose. Don't worry, I did check and make sure that the refrigerator was working. We even have ice right here in the ice bin. So we know that it's at least cold enough for ice. AC's blowing nice and cold up here. I turned the rear one on and the front one on. So let me go ahead and turn the those two off, and I'll turn on the middle one. And I did fire up the Aqua Hot too. That thing's been doing really well. Not smoky at all. I finally get to show you guys how the telescoping ladder works from Lippard, the on-the-go ladder. Some might say it's overpriced, but it's only a little bit more than a non-on-the-go one. It has this hook built into it. All right, once we have it completely deployed, just like I would on my normal ladder, now I can just go ahead and put it in the bracket up on top, hook it into place, and now I don't have to worry about it kicking out or moving. But you can still use this ladder at your house or anywhere else on the RV too. So it looks like we have some plastic, probably from the factory, that's still on top of the roof there. And well, that's a little concerning. He apparently had a RV place install a Starlink antenna, but they didn't put an entry plate on there, and they used Dicor on self-leveling silicone. So we'll need to do something about that. Alright, that AC is not loose. The silicone looks good. We're dusty because we're in El Paso, Texas. That fabric looks good. And of course, that body molding looks good too. That AC is not loose. Alright. A little cracked paint right there, and it doesn't have the standard tipping problem of the screws backing out or the box twisting. Front cap looks really good. Take a good look back here. See a little bit of bubbling with that raking light. But that's been pretty common for Tiffins. There's nothing structurally wrong with it. But it is a gel coat fiberglass roof. This molding, same thing. Gutter looks really good. The screws aren't backing out. Metal roof on top of the slide out room. You have a grip strip right there to help move that wiper seal in and out. And I'm not really seeing anything to be concerned about there. There's a entry door awning. I need to extend that out probably. Alright, we'll walk back here. And we'll take a look. Everything looks pretty good there too. Even the sidewalls look good. No screws backing out down here either. It's looking really good for 2024. It's only 2 years old. Luckily, it's been stored under cover here because it did just rain, and I'm really kind of surprised whoever installed this didn't get that done right. A little disappointing. That's why you don't ever want to just put sealant on top. You want to put a cover over the top, something mechanical. But this is a perfect ladder. As much as I don't like Lippard, and as much as they charge a premium for the ladder, it is nice. Obviously, I would say I'm not doing a full inspection, but so far we're looking really good. Let's go ahead and do entry door awning.
I've never opened it.
Never.
Never opened it.
Go ahead and do awning out and LED on. Forgot we got the telescoping pole handle here. I can't say I would trust this with my life, but it's working. I mean, I can see why the owners aren't actually too excited to get rid of this or say goodbye to it. Just like the last Phaeton owner in Midland, Texas. Life changes pretty fast. And it's evident they've been taking care of this. Hey, look at that. A riveted VIN plate. Nice. What it isn't in robust, it does make up for in compactness. So, I do like that. Awning deployed perfectly. Fabric looks good there too. We'll go ahead and retract that. Done. Let's go ahead and check some outside lights. Turn that off. Awning in. Booster works. For whatever reason, I feel like the dock lights on Tiffins like to have problems. That one's working. Turn signals are working. And let's see how I can see it in the reflection. Dock light is working. Turn signals are working. Turn signals are working. Nice. And of course, the most important thing, gotta make sure the brakes work. All right. Even the light bar works. Nice. Thank you. Well, I'm really liking what I'm seeing, guys. I'm gonna get on the phone and talk to Heather and Doug and make sure that we're a go with this. But I don't see why they wouldn't go ahead with this. That's a nice coach. I like this Phaeton. I'm starting to like Phaetons a lot more than Allegro buses. Don't tell anybody though. Well, it's time to say goodbye to my temporary vehicle. Go ahead and retract these back out of the way. Look really good. Alright, we'll run the RVer's favorite gauntlet, getting out of the storage facility safely. Guys, well, we're obviously headed to Memphis, Tennessee here. That's the beautiful, mighty Mississippi. So we're more than halfway done with the journey here, and I'm pleased to report, besides fuel and some diesel exhaust fluid, I haven't had to do anything to this 2024 Phaeton. It's been driving really smooth, not even a lot of wind noise. I'm sure you guys hear some. Hasn't been pulling very hard. I've gone through lots of different weather. Hey, look at that. Welcome to Tennessee. When it comes to the cruise control, I still not a big fan of the road watch because I have that creep on it where I thought I was going at the speed limit and then I looked down and I'm like 10 miles an hour slower than I thought I was because I was keeping pace with the vehicle in front of me. Nice weather this whole time. Dash AC's been nice and cold. I did run the generator most of the time for the roof ACs to work. We go over here to the fuel economy. I reset it when I filled up, I think in Van Horn, Texas. And so we've been averaging 8 miles a gallon. We go back up again, I go to the gauges, we can see our transmission temperature. Again, it's the end of July, middle of summer. It's been a pleasure to drive. I do have critiques about the floor plan. Maybe I can get into that down the road. But I'm going to go ahead and take I-40, take it to Nashville, and But I think I'm gonna go ahead and see you guys in Harrodsburg, Kentucky after I do the inspection on this beautiful Phaeton. I found a few things. We obviously know the jack pads are bad on it, but the owner did disclose that to me first things, and I think there's brand new ones in the basement right there. So far, everything I've tried has worked, and I guess with the exception of that Starlink cable that I need to get some sealant on, no real complaints. One thing I did neglect to remind you guys, my previous trip came from Odessa, Midland, Texas, and I took I-20 through Texas, and I said I probably shouldn't have gone that way. I already forgot a month later. I should not have gone that way. Luckily, I did travel through Dallas really early in the morning, and this is gonna be a big bump. I did miss all the traffic, otherwise I-20 is still torn up pretty well. Alright, I'm going to see you guys in Harrodsburg, Kentucky at Sewell Motor Coach. Alright guys, I'm done with the inspection on this 2024 Phaeton that I just picked up from El Paso, Texas for Sewell Motor Coach here in Harrodsburg, Kentucky. And although we've seen a lot of it, I figured you guys want to see the rest of it. And let's go ahead and start on the outside. And while no RV is perfect, this previous owner really did take a lot of care and love of this motorhome. We've already been on the roof, we've already seen the awnings. I didn't really show the outside TV. There's nothing too spectacular about it. It's a nice LG TV with a sound bar. It doesn't articulate, so it's stuck in that position right there. But I didn't have any water going in right there when it was raining, and we do have great access to the back of the refrigerator, and of course the valve is shut on, or turned on. Down below, I don't know if that's going to come with it or not. Right here, this does have the basement slider that we would have seen because we already saw the ladder. And of course that will slide out both directions. Over here it does have a central vacuum cleaner. These are going to be the attachments for it. Personally, I find central vacuums to be more troubles than they're worse. At this point, Tiffin decided that when they installed this, it's going to make it difficult to change out the bag again. But I guess if they keep putting them in, I'm going to keep critiquing where they put them. Really nothing too extravagant right here. Tiffin's been doing this water compartment like this for years now. And of course, you don't have to worry about rot or damage underneath because they did fix that problem on those water bays from like 2006 to 2012-ish, I want to say. Right in here is going to be another storage compartment. The chassis batteries right there. Even got some more leveler blocks right there for the jack pads. Even on, it's hard to see, it's like rhino lining. So it gives the sheet metal compartments a lot more strength so they don't vibrate so much. But also gives a lot of protection so they don't dent so easily. Of course, that's just going to be the block heater for the engine. Now, this does have a rear radiator on it. It's probably the only thing about this that I'm not a big fan of. But I'm also, because they have good access on the inside, not too opposed to it either. They did ceramic coat this, and this hasn't been washed yet, and this paint looks absolutely as pristine as it gets. The front, probably not so much. We'll take a look at that because I hit just about every bug between here and Texas. Of course, it does have a power shore cord reel. In this compartment over here, it's going to be the aqua-hot. So this does have hydronic heat for a water and furnace, but it also has in-floor heating, and all that's been operating perfectly too. I don't see a service date on that, but also when I was running it, there was no smoke coming out. You can see how clean the exhaust is down there. Very standard Tiffin water compartment over here. It does have, of course, that other hidden GFCI outlet that people do forget about. And it's a I mean, when it comes to their water compartments, if it's not broke, don't fix it sort of thing. And honestly, it's not broke. We're going to go ahead and slide this out this direction. And right over here is going to be the inverter. No problems with that either, the entire trip. And we already did see the window awnings deployed on this side too. This does come equipped with what looks like the original factory 6-volt AGM house batteries. I actually had this thing unplugged all day yesterday while I did a side quest for Doug going down to Knoxville. And even though there's no solar on the roof, the batteries stayed up the entire time. Very standard affair right here. Generator pole. I don't know if you guys remember, we have a 10K Onan generator, 176 hours on it because I have been running it quite a bit. You can tell by the exhaust stain on the rock right there. But 10K because it does have 3 roof AC heat pumps, and now you can see how I hit almost every single bug on the way here. But it is ceramic coated, so it does come off pretty easily. That's pretty much the exterior of the 2024 Phaeton. Now I've been respectfully living in this for about 2 days now, so it is going to be a little bit messy. But I did leave it a little bit set up so I can kind of show you guys how the inside works out. And I do like the floor plan for this. If you are doing a lot of traveling where you need to stop on the side of the road or do a lot of parking lot camping or boondocking without the slide out rooms out, this probably isn't quite the right floor plan for you. But if you are living in it full time, this is a really nice floor plan. Let's take a look inside. Of course, we've already seen inside here, but we'll take another look together. I do really appreciate the solid stained wood cabinetry and trim. It is all real wood and it's not painted. I know a lot of people like the painted look, but I really prefer the stained wood look like this. It's easier to repair, maintain, and it's just going to be handsome and good looking in 20 years too. I mean, don't take my word on it. That's just my opinion. Now, both the passenger seat and the driver's seat, the upholstery is in really good condition. They were comfortable driving down the road, and while the driver's seat didn't go back quite as far as I probably would have liked it because of the slide-out room behind it, it was more than comfortable for my 1,600-mile road trip. The Lippert leveling jacks, besides being bent, system worked just fine for me. The only other issue I saw over here was some of these screws were backing out. I already made note of that. That's probably why I heard a little bit of rattling driving down the road. Now, I don't want to spend too much time on the dash area right here because we've seen one dash, we've seen them all. I'm still a big fan of the third pedal right here for the adjustable steering wheel. The digital dash, the improvements from the user interface from the years past, I will applaud. It does have a little bit of bubbles in the digital dash, but I've been noticing that in almost every Freightliner, it feels like. When it comes to the dash radio, upgrading it to this one, it's fantastic, a beautiful view. The only issue I kind of see is that it did block this vent a little bit. I could still get airflow from it, but the good news is it does keep the radio from overheating. Dash AC, brilliantly nice and cold. I enjoyed that the entire way. And of course, when it comes to the front visor on that one-piece windshield, they are power day and night visors, which I really appreciate those being power. All the rest of the shades are going to be manual, so you got to know that I'm a big fan of manual shades. Now, right behind me is going to be the focal point or the highlight of the entire floor plan. I think this is called a 35CH. Yeah, 35CH right there. Now, I do feel like I've showed you this floor plan before, but it hasn't been implemented this exact same way. There is a high gloss ceramic tile on the floor throughout the entire RV, with the exception of the slide out rooms, and it is a level out floor the entire length. I am a huge fan of indirect lighting, and Tiffin really does a good job of hiding that indirect LED light strip right here. There's a lot of manufacturers where you can still just barely see the emitters right there, and it starts to bother me because it ruins the experience of indirect lighting. You can see above the slide out rooms right there. Obviously right here I have the full length slide out room on the passenger side, fully extended, and this is going to be the I guess the centerpiece of this floor plan. I already have it set up how I would use it. So I have my workstation right there with my computer, and of course we have a pull-out desk that you can use. Now, you do not have to use it this way. This is, I think, just supposed to be like a dinette table. But before I collapse that down, I do want you to see that there are pull-out shelving down below, and Over on this side, you can see a 120 volt outlet where you can pass cords through, and it'll come out the top right here. So you almost have two full desks right here and a table. We can go ahead and flip these latches and slide this down. And now we have a lot more walking around floor space in here, and it does dress the whole area up quite a bit. I understand that a lot of people prefer a dinette booth. I don't like dinette booths. I don't think they're comfortable. I don't like the tabletop and using it as a bed. I've never found it to be a very useful bed, so that I think this is a much better use of space. And for no particular reason whatsoever, I'm going to go ahead and measure the height of this countertop right there, this desk. So it's about 26.5. And I do want to point out the back of it is just covered like with wood paneling along with the side right there. So no particular reason whatsoever other than I might be stealing this idea. Right below or behind that, of course, we have the flip-up outlets, and we have the multiplex control right there. But this, of course, is going to be where the main TV does extend from. Personally, at this point, I think that if you've seen one televator, you've seen them all. I'm kind of getting to the point where I don't even know if TVs are that important in an RV anymore. Whereas having this desk workspace area is a lot more important. And I know I like to do puzzles, and this is going to be a pretty good puzzle tabletop too. Across from there is going to be, they don't have a full-size sofa. They have two powered recliners, and they are comfortable. I can tell you, because I couldn't put the slide-out rooms out when I was traveling, I wasn't able to sleep on the bed very comfortably, and I kind of wish I would have had an actual real sofa, because with the slide out rooms in, again, these aren't incredibly useful. Making our way back past on this side, we do have a fireplace. It's kind of interesting. I think that they are nice to have as a space heater, and it gives a little bit of an ambiance. And this does have a pantry, a proper pantry in here with pull-out shelves on both sides. These are not adjustable, but they're about the right size. Bigger items in there without having to worry about them falling off and getting wedged on the side, and you can't get access to it. And of course you have more drawer space down below that. This does have the soft close features on it. Next to that's going to be the LG refrigerator. I think we've seen these a number of times. I'm still kind of amazed that you have an ice maker down below, but then you also have another ice maker up above. I'm not quite sure I understand the logic of all that, but the refrigerator didn't open driving down the road, and it kept everything nice and cold. Now going across to the other side over here is going to be the galley. It's a pretty standard galley. Has a matching, I would say it feels like ceramic tile, but I mean it could be stone. I don't know how stone could be quite so uniformed again. And it does have a manual shade for the window there. As far as the countertops go, it's solid surface, but man, these things feel a lot heavier, more like a quartz type of solid surface. There is no pull-out right here. You just have the drawers. It's fine. You'd think this would be a dishwasher, but it's just a big drawer. But it is set up. I guess you could put a dishwasher in there if you wanted to. It does have a 2-burner glass top induction stove top, and I was able to test that out pretty easily because unfortunately it looks like the previous owner left me a pot. Now speaking of other things the owner left me, they have the Starlink box, and this is part of the TPMS system. It has the booster on it. Really nice, and of course we have Bob Tiffin's signature over there. LG convection oven microwave. They spoke very highly about that one. Another like pull-out spice rack. This rear corner sink. I know Winnebago used to have a floor plan like this. Honestly, even though it's back in the back, I kind of prefer not having the plumbing in the slide-out room. So having less plumbing in the slide-out room is better. You don't have to worry about freshwater leaks or drain leaks. And like I said, these feel a lot heavier than Corian countertops necessarily should. I do like an asymmetrical under countertop mounted stainless steel sink. I find them to be quite durable, and of course we have that matching backsplash back there. While this does have storage underneath right here, you'll notice that there is no place for a garbage can, but they did leave that one. And you can see that there is a lot of storage underneath right here that does wrap around. Of course, that's going to be the subwoofer for the sound bar. They also left the tiny little air fryer. They said they didn't end up needing it because they spoke very highly of that convection of a microwave. Right above is going to be the updated one-touch control for the entire coach. The portrait view I find to be a little bit better layout than the landscape view. Like I said, this does have the Phaeton 35CH, and this does have the mobile app, so you should be able to download this and operate it from your phone. Moving past this great big huge door, we'll make our way to the bedroom. This does have a queen size bed on it, and this is an articulating queen size bed. Now I just changed out another person's bed from a queen size to a king size. It does look like there is room, if necessary, for that upgrade if you wanted to. The bed platform might have to be modified a little bit to accept the king size mattress, but it's nice to have that ability down the road if you need it. Again, I do like how you have USB outlets that don't light up at night. And of course you have nice end tables on both sides. These controls back to bed are really quite useful. And again, even having the angled valances is really forward thinking from Tiffin's point of view. Unlike Doug, I personally don't like to have cabinetry over the bed anymore. It's hard to access, and more cabinets just mean you have more stuff you can store, and that's not always the best thing, and having more headroom above the bed is really nice. Now, of course, the bed's in the down position right now, and so there is still a decent amount of walk around space. But if I do go ahead and raise it up, you can see we get more space to use during the day. And of course, the slide out room won't go in unless you have the bed in the up position. And that's probably one of the weaker parts about the floor plan, is that if the slide out room is in, you can sit in bed, you can set up in bed, but you can't sleep in bed very well. Now again, for no reason whatsoever, the articulating bed, I know some people aren't big fans about it, but I will be taking some measurements on this because having more floor space at the base of the bed right here is something I am highly interested in and might be having to incorporate in something else I'm doing. Now just across from the bed is going to be the pretty standard Tiffin layout where you have the TV, entertainment center, hamper, dresser space, same countertop as they're going to be in the Galley, so no laminate countertops back here, but that is part of the full wall slide out. It's still in the same slide out room from the passenger seat, and it's still going to extend all the way to the back. We have to go past this other solid wood pocket door to get to the bathroom, and now you can see where it ends right there. So that is one long slide out room on the passenger side. And you can also see it's a flat floor all the way back here to the bathroom, which is a really nice feature, with the exception of, again, your bathroom's at the very back of the coach. So if you do want to use the bathroom and the slide out rooms are closed, you will have to hop over the bed. There's no mid-coach bathroom on this one, but this is only 35 feet long. So you give and you take a little bit. Now on the bathroom and the vanity, we do have two sinks. They are under countertop mounted. You know, my opinion is that I think two sinks is a little bit too much, but this is what they come with. What I do like is that they have the 3 medicine cabinets above. They all open up, but hello, right above, there's no reason to do it, but they did add a little bit of mood lighting right above right there. And of course it will splash down below too with indirect lighting, which is really nice at night. Doesn't disturb your night vision or bother whoever might be sleeping in bed over there. Now below the vanity, there is a lot of drawer space, which I do find to be a lot more useful than medicine cabinet space in the bathroom. And below that, you have more storage. Hey, look at that. Now, I'm not sponsored and I only get kickbacks, but let's go ahead and give Matt a shout out with his liquefied treatment. Apparently, a lot of people like that. Just for that, I don't know if you noticed that fascia is loose. I noticed it at the time of the pickup, so I think a screw's just stripped out on it. This is going to have the Tiffin exclusive, well, not exclusive, but they're the ones that I saw do it first, sliding laundry door. So you have a stacked washer and dryer from Splendide, and those are all functioning. And over here is going to be the corner shower. It's a really good sized shower. It is a seamless fiberglass shower surround. It needs a little bit of adjustment because the door is gapped down there. I did notice that, and of course the previous owner pointed out that that screw was missing. It's a very comfortable shower. It's well laid out. Again, when you get in here, You can see yourself in the mirror over there. So if you do want to shave, you have a shaving mirror just outside. And it does have the all-important skylight cover. Now, I'm 6 foot tall, so I have quite a bit of room if I was, I guess, taller than 6 feet. But I don't have to duck and worry about this crossbar going in or out. And this is equipped with the Aquamizer feature on it, built-in bench seat or tow shelf. And I can proudly say the door did not open driving down the road. Even the rough I-40 and I-20 that are notorious for pretty rough roads. Right here, it does have the Santa Marin macerating toilet. I don't think I'm the only one that's unimpressed by these toilets. It has a, I don't want to call it an anemic, but a sickly sounding flush to it. And I do know that the previous owner I talked to, he was actually looking into replacing it too. I think Tiffin has gone away from using these anymore. Now, for all the RV designers out there, if we could find a better place to put the switches, I would really appreciate it. It's a very, I don't know, difficult place to put a switch, especially when you have this right there. You can put something right there. You can do lots of things. This is just going to be access to the plumbing. It does have the wonderful privacy window right there, but it does have a wraparound balance, so you can't look through the shade from the side right there when you're in the shower. Big surprise at the back is going to be the sliding mirrored closet doors. Tiffin's been doing this for ages now. I'm a big fan of the LED underlit closet rod that you can see right above this area right there too. This does come equipped with Starlink, so you do have all the Starlink information, and like I said, this does have heated flooring on it. Well, all right guys, we successfully picked up this 2024 Phaeton from El Paso, Texas. We got it to Doug with Sewell Motor Coach here in Harrodsburg, Kentucky, safely and intact. It really passed the inspection that I did with it with flying colors. I don't know what Doug is going to be asking for. I know his crew still needs to go ahead and wash it and detail it and do the repairs from the inspection that I found. I would recommend you just go to their website, sewellmotorcoach.com, if you are interested in it. Send Doug or his crew an email if you are interested in it. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I got to get back to the other side of the country again. Rapid City.
You were there for the July 4th? 250?
Is that
Wes is about 20,000 other RVers.
Is that South Dakota?
Yeah, South Dakota, yeah. Long drive, especially when you leave Denver.
Yeah, it is a long drive.
There's not much there. The floors are dirty, man. I apologize.
No, it's fine.
Every now and then we get like little slide marks.
Uh-huh.
Like right here you go. And they come off.
Yeah.
I talked to Tiffin about it. I said, hey, what's with these? And they said, it's the slides. And
they said, yeah,
they get
it happens.
Dirty. They get dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was on a rock.
It's like a Texas taco or something on your head. But I don't know if you heard him. He said he left me some bottles of water too for the trip. So that was very kind of him. A great layout when it comes to the basement. I guess I forgot I checked the locks. Go ahead and turn this. Back to here. And bay door unlocked. Now I don't know if you guys, the camera's picking that up or not. When I hit things, there's a little bit of static. I did notate that. So that was one of the items that I did find.